The only real fight was over how much the case was worth. Liberty Mutual said $5,519. The arbitrator said, "Hello, I'm attorney Lewis Haskell, and I just wanted to share a fun story, a bit of good news on an auto accident case of ours. This client of mine was in a car accident. Liability wasn't that interesting. The damages weren't bad. The insurance company just didn't want to recognize that fact. The last offer that the insurance company was Liberty Mutual, by the way, but the last offer that the insurance company made on this case was $5,519. I love the $19 part because it does indicate that that probably really was their last best and final offer, and it wasn't just a problem of we weren't close, and we weren't close. The case actually went to arbitration, which was nice. Anytime you can bypass the court system and just go straight to an arbitrator, that's a good thing. It's quicker. There's less, just less lawyer aggravation here. In the court system, there's just all this stuff that judges do, that courts do, that lawyers do to each other, whatever. The arbitration is just kind of cuts to it. You get into a room kind of like this one. You sit down, you're a lawyer, the lawyer for the other side, the arbitrator. Typically takes half a day, maybe a whole day if the case is complicated. There is no jury. The arbitrator makes a decision and that's it. The case is over. There are no appeals. Just all this extraneous stuff that's not really all that important anyway, doesn't happen. And so at least the adjuster was agreeable to going to arbitration, which was nice. And we were, usually agreeable to going to arbitration when it can be done. And as I say, the only real fight was over how much the case was worth. Liberty Mutual said $5,519. The arbitrator said $20,500. So that is a good day. That is something that we're very happy about. I'm very happy that the client did not accept the 5519, although it wasn't that hard to talk the client out of that. That was just too low. That was just too low. And so my attitude whenever we put a case into litigation, whether it's arbitration, a lawsuit, or whatever, is there are two things that are very important to me. Number one, first and foremost, is that the client feel like they won, which this client definitely does. And the other is that the insurance company feel like they lost. That they feel like they should have settled with us. And in this case, Liberty Mutual's probably wishing that they had made a better offer and had brought this to a resolution. But between the $20,000, between the arbitrator's award and what they had to pay attorneys and whatnot, they could have saved themselves. They could have saved themselves something if they had negotiated a little bit more clearly. And those are the really two most important things. Now, this case I'm particularly happy about because I also feel like I won. And that's not always so important when we put cases into suit, or into arbitration, into litigation, whatever. Because from my point of view, we file suit just so that the insurance company doesn't keep offering me $5,519 on every case, or some ridiculously small number, a quarter of the value. Basically, they offered me what the arbitrator says is a quarter of the value. I can't be taking a quarter of the value, or half the value, or even 3/4 of the value of cases, all the time. And because every so often we do stand and fight on one, and then get a good result, the vast majority of my cases just simply settle. And they settle more or less for what they should be settling for. Reasonable people can disagree on what that number is, but reasonable people aren't going to be far off from where we're doing it. So let's say happy to be, always happy when these things happen. Happy I've got somebody to film me now so I can share this good news, and I, if I can be of any assistance. Our accident team is here. They're experienced. As I say, Blondie's been with me for, I don't know, at least 15 years. Attorney Keller has been with me for 27. Savannah, who many of you know, has been here, I don't even know, at least a dozen years. 2 years less than Blondie. So whatever it is. I mean, they've been here so long, it doesn't even matter anymore. It's just a long time. and you know, and I myself have handled over 10,000 of these. I like to brag that this office has put tens of millions of dollars into the pockets of our clients. I like that brag because most lawyers who advertise will tell you how much they've gotten. Settlements judgments are benefits. Now, benefits can be PIP benefits, medical insurance benefits, workers' comp benefits, Social Security disability benefits, these things that are just simply making up for economic losses. But even if you talk about settlements and judgments, that's before the lawyer gets paid, before expenses get paid, before providers get paid. And I've seen settlement sheets from some of these lawyers who advertise about these humongous numbers that they've recovered. And I've seen their settlement sheets because the clients came to me because they were unhappy because in spite of the fact that their case was settling for thousands and thousands of dollars, they were walking away with hundreds. And so that's not such a great brag, is it? I mean, who cares that your case settled for 10,000 if you're walking out with 650? Clients care about how much money they're getting in their pocket after everything is paid for. And in this office, that number is measured in the tens of millions. And that, I think, is something that we can all be very proud of over here.